I see what it could be eternity or just a week. But yeah, our chemistry is off the chain. It's perfect now, but will it change? This ain't a yes, this ain't a no. Just do your thing, we'll see how we go. Oh, rush it, don't succeed. Yeah, dust yourself off and try again. You can dust it off and try again. Cause if at first you don't succeed, you can dust it off and try again. Dust yourself off and try again.
Good morning. Welcome to the Table Talk. I'm Bob Colbert, host of the Table Talk. Today we're going to talk about Nick Saban, the Alabama head coach, has announced his retirement. It's the end of the Saban era and the beginning of a new era. I'm sad that about this development, as I am an alumni of the University of Alabama. Now, of course, when I went to school, that was during the Paul Bear Bryant era. So he was considered, and still is, the GOAT, the first GOAT, I guess, the greatest of all time. Maybe there was an earlier one way past before my time. But I have to start where I started. So, yeah, Paul Bear Bryant's always been considered the greatest of all time in college football head coach and, program play. Now we have a new GOAT and has been for quite some time, Nick Saban. So, yeah, he's announced his retirement this week after 17 seasons with the University of Alabama. So I'm sad to see him go, but he's 72 years old. And I think he's left the program at a very high mark, very high level, great place for the next coach in the next era. We'll deeply miss him. As I understand it, they have given him a permanent office at the Coliseum complex. So he will still be around. I don't know what the future holds. He hasn't revealed what the future holds. I'm sure he's still trying to decide that with his wife and family. So I get that. So let me talk some specifics. Let me bring up some of these. There we go. And this is Nick Saban. This was a picture that was taken back in 2018, quite a while ago. So let me start from the beginning. So Nick Saban, he was born October 31st, 1951. He's currently age 72 from Fairmont, West Virginia. His playing career in college was from 1970 to 1972 at Kent State. His position was defensive back. He has a very long coaching career as head coach and probably assistant coach as well here. So in 1973 to 1974, Kent State, Georgia. Oh, excuse me, GA. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure what GA is. General assistant. 1975 to 76, Kent State, LB. 1977 was Syracuse. And in 1978 through 79 was with West Virginia. Let me pull that up so that you can see. Sorry. And well, these must be like assistant coaches. Yeah, so I get well, no. So let's just go to the later era. In 1991 to 94, Cleveland Browns. In 1995 to 1999, Michigan State. Head coach in 2000, 2004, head coach of LSU. And 2005, 2006, well, he was the head coach of Miami Dolphins. And then for the 17-year seasons that he's with Alabama, 2007 to 2023. His overall statistic, his head coaching record was 292 wins, 71 losses, and one tie in the college or collegiate realm. And in the NFL, he won 15, lost 17. He bowls, not sure, 19 to 12. Oh, 19 wins, 12 losses. Tournaments participated, 9 wins and 5 losses. Okay, his accomplishments. Let me go to that. Okay, his accomplishments, championships. He's got 7 national championships: 2003, 2009, 2011, 2012, 2015, 2017, 2020. So I'm assuming one of those is a LSU championship because there was 6 at Alabama. Has 11 SEC championships: 2001, 2003, 2009, 2012, 2014, 15, and 2016. There was a break there in 2018, 2020, 2021, and 2023 SEC championships. He has 1 MAC conference championship, 1990, and 12 SEC Western Division championships. Awards, he's a 2-time Paul Bear Bryant Award winner, 2003, 2020. He's a 2-time Walter Camp Coach of the Year, 2008, 2018. A George Munger Award, 2016. A Bobby Dodd Coach of the Year, 2014. 2 times AP College Football Coach of the Year. That was 2003, 2008. 2 times Eddie Robinson Coach of the Year, 2003, 2008. Home Depot Coach of the Year, 2008. Sporting News Coach of the Year, 2008. Liberty Mutual Coach of the Year, 2008. Bobby Bowden Coach, he was head coach of Florida State. Bobby Bowden Coach of the Year, 2009, 2011, 2012. 5 times SEC Coach of the Year, 2003, 2008, 2009, 2016, and 2020. Wow. All right, so let's cover a little bit. So his formal name is Nicholas Lou Saban Jr., born October 31st, 1951. He is a former American football coach. He last served as head coach at the University of Alabama this season from 2007 to the end of 2023. Well, a little bit into the playoff bowl. It was announced this week. He is widely considered one of the greatest college football coaches ever. In fact, like a GOAT, which is greatest of all time. Saban also served as head coach of the National Football League, NFL's Miami Dolphins, and at three other universities: Louisiana State University, or LSU, Michigan State University, probably MSU, and the University of Toledo. Saban led the LSU Tigers to the BCS National Championship. That's probably Bowl Championship Series National Championship 2003, and the Alabama Crimson Tide to BCS, and AP National Championships 2009, 11, 12, and college football playoff championships in 2015, 17, 20. He won 7 national titles as head coach, the most in football college history. He began the first coach in college football history to win a national. He became the first coach in college football history to win a national championship with 2 different football bowl subdivisions schools since the inception of the AP poll in 1936. Saban and Bear Bryant are the only coaches to win an SEC championship at 2 different schools. Saban's career record as a college head coach is 292 wins, 71 losses, and 1 tie. In 2013, Saban was inducted into the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame. Saban coached 4 Heisman Trophy winners at Alabama: Mark Ingram II, 2009, Derrick Henry, 2015, Devontae Smith, 2020, and recently Bryce Young, quarterback, Alabama, 2021. In his early life and education, Saban was born in Fairmont, West Virginia, to Mary and Nick Lou Saban Sr. He grew up with a sister, Diana, graduated from Monaga High School in the small community of Monaga, West Virginia, 25 miles southwest of Morgantown. Saban is of Croatian ancestry. His paternal grandfather, Stanko Saban, was born in 1895 in Gospic in the Lika region of Croatia. Stanko immigrated to Portland, Oregon, 1908. When he was 13 years old, he was later married, Anna Mihalik, of Croatian American heritage. Saban played quarterback on the 1968 West Virginia State Championship team. Among his teammates were Kerry Marbury, who went on to star for the West Virginia Mountaineers and played in the Canadian Football League. On December 18, 1971, Coach Saban married Terry Constable, also from West Virginia. In 1973, he graduated from Kent State University with a bachelor's degree in business. Saban played defensive back for Kent State under Coach Don James. He and a roommate avoided being part of the Kent State shootings on May 4th, 1970, when they decided to eat lunch before walking to the rally area. I didn't know that. In 1975, Saban earned his master's degree in sports administration from Kent State. Saban's father passed away during his son's first year of graduate school. Early coaching career, Saban had not intended to enter the coaching ranks till Don James hired him as a graduate assistant at Kent State. While Saban waited for his wife to graduate, he later served as an assistant coach in NCAA Division 1A at several schools: Syracuse in 1977, West Virginia in 1978 and 79, Ohio State in 1980 and 81, and Navy in 1982, and Michigan State from 1983 to 1987. And after the 1987 season, Kent State passed over Saban for its vacant head coaching position and hired Dick Crum. Saban was then hired as an assistant for the Houston Oilers in the National Football League. His Toledo career. Saban began his career as head coach when he was hired by the University of Toledo on December 22, 1989, coming off a 6-5 seasons in both 1988 and 1989. The Rockets found quick success under Nick Saban in 1990. With a 9-2 season, Toledo, co-champion of the Mid-American Conference. The two games the Rockets lost that season were by narrow margins: 1 point to Central Michigan and 4 points to Navy. While coaching in Toledo, Saban turned down an application from future head coach Urban Meyer, who was looking for any coaching job on Saban's staff. Wow, I didn't know that. Get that. While coaching in Toledo, Saban turned down an application from future head coach Urban Meyer, who was looking for any coaching job on Saban's staff. Wow, I wasn't aware of that. That's why you research. Cleveland Browns. The following February, Saban resigned as Toledo's head coach after only one season in order to become the defensive coordinator of the Cleveland Browns under head coach Bill Belichick. He remained in that position for 4 seasons, and I'm assuming they became good friends because they've always been good friends while he's been coaching at Alabama. In fact, they meet like once a year. Bill Belichick was the New England Patriots NFL. By the way, he either retired or was fired. I'm not sure. Not sure. He remained in that position for 4 seasons. Saban helped lead the 1994 defensive unit for the Cleveland Browns. That was the best in the NFL in points allowed. Saban later said these 4 years were the worst of my life. Michigan State, 1995 to 1997 season. Saban became the head coach of Michigan State prior to the 95 season. Michigan State had not had a winning season since 1990, and the team was sanctioned by the NCAA for recruiting violations that were committed under his predecessor and former mentor George Perles. Beginning in 1995, Saban moderately improved Michigan State's fortunes, taking the Spartans to bowl games in each of his first 3 seasons. From 1995 to 1997, Michigan State finished 6-5-1. The 6 wins, 5 losses, and 1 tie. 6-6, 6 wins, 6 losses, and 7 wins and 75 losses, 75. 1998 season, on November 7, 1998, the Spartans were upset the number 1 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes 28-24 at Ohio Stadium. However, even after the upset in the early season rout of the highly ranked Notre Dame, the Spartans finished 6-6, including 3 last-minute losses featuring turnovers, defensive lapses, special teams misplays, and failed to earn a bowl invite. 1999, Saban led the 1999 Spartans to a 9-2 season that included wins over Notre Dame, Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State. The 2 losses were routs at the hands of Purdue and Wisconsin. Following the regular season game against Penn State, Saban abruptly resigned to accept the head coaching position with LSU. In November 1999, LSU named Nick Saban as their 31st head football coach. In 2000, the Tigers went 8-4, won the Peach Bowl over Georgia Tech. The season was somewhat marred by several lopsided losses, including a 34-17 loss to the Auburn Tigers and 41-9 loss to the Florida Gators. All right. So he then went and did a stint for the 2005 season with the Miami Dolphins. And I don't want to read all of this. This is a lot. I get to the Alabama, which is our. So in 2007 season, Alabama, January 2007, following a meeting with the Dolphins owner, Wayne Huizenga, Saban announced that he had accepted an offer to become Alabama's 27th head coach. His initial 8-year contract totaled $32 million, made him one of the highest-paid football college coaches at that time, both professional and collegiate. All right. So I'll go down to the last. This is a lot of reading, so I wouldn't want to do that and bore you. So we'll head down to the current season, hopefully, 2023 season. In Saban's 17th and last season, Alabama started the year ranked number 4 in the preseason AP poll, number 3 in the coaches poll. In the season opener, Alabama defeated Middle Tennessee 56-7. In the following week, the Tide hosted number 11 Texas in the All-State Crossbar Classic. They lost that game 34-24. That was their only loss of this season, other than the final loss. The loss snapped a 57-game winning streak against non-conference opponents in the regular season. The next week, Alabama traveled to Tampa to play South Florida. They struggled a bit, but won 17-3. And then there was some quarterback controversy, I believe. Look, I lost my place. The Tide struggled but won 17-3. Alabama opened up conference play with 24-10 win over number 15 Ole Miss. And the next week, they defeated Mississippi State 40-17 for its 16th consecutive win in the series. Alabama then traveled to College Station, Texas, winning a close game over Texas A&M 26-20. On homecoming, Alabama won a close game over Arkansas 24-21. The win gave Saban his 200th on-field win at Alabama. In the third Saturday in October, Alabama avenged last season's loss against number 17 Tennessee, winning 34-20. They had a bye week the following week. Then they had their revenge on in their other regular season loss from last season, defeating number 14 LSU 42-28. The next week, Alabama defeated Kentucky 49-21 to win the SEC Western Division title. It was Saban's 15th overall division title. In the Iron Bowl, I'm just going to move on. In the Iron Bowl, quarterback Jalen Milroe on the 4th and goal threw a 31-yard touchdown pass, 32 seconds remaining left to defeat Auburn 27-24. The win made Saban the first Alabama coach since Bear Bryant in 1981 to defeat Auburn 4 years in a row. The Tide finished the regular season 11-1. In the SEC championship game, Alabama defeated number 1 Georgia 27-24, snapping Georgia's 29-game win streak. The following day, Alabama was selected in very controversial in the college football playoff for the 8th time. And they were selected as the number 4 seed, would play number 1 seed Michigan in the Rose Bowl. The controversy was Florida State had won 13 in a row, but they had also lost 2 of their quarterbacks, the first string quarterback, second string. So they and some other injuries due to injury, and they just weren't the same team despite their wonderful record at the end of the season. So the playoff committee selected Alabama number 4 spot. The Tide finished 12-2, saving. Let's see. In the first meeting since the 2020 Citrus Bowl, Michigan knocked off Alabama 27 in overtime at the Rose Bowl. I was sad because they were in overtime, and just it didn't happen. Following a small little period of time with his family, Saban announced his retirement from coaching on January 10th, 2024. Saban finished his coaching career at Alabama with a final record of 201 wins, 29 losses. All right, so I'll cover that. We'll go to the video. I don't want to lengthen this too long. Oops, one moment. One moment. All right, so All right. So, who is the new head coach at Alabama? Now, next Saturday, we'll talk about the new head coach at Alabama, Kalen DeBoer, Washington State's coach. So I won't go any further on that. Last night, as you can see, in the picture right there, see if I can blow it up a little bit. I'm kind of limited as far as how I can. Now, see if I can. Yeah. So what you're looking at is his arrival at the University of Alabama. This is Tuscaloosa's National Airport. So when his jet arrived, there was quite a few people, Alabama fans and loyal fans, that came out to greet the new coach, DeBoer, and his wife and daughter. So next week, we'll talk about the new era post Nick Saban. Again, Nick Saban, former Alabama head coach at the University of Alabama, he this week announced his retirement. He's 72 years old. He had indicated in a subsequent interview that the grind this year was particularly rough on him, and he was working with the defense team. And he's always says if he could make a difference going forward, like long term, he would retire. And that's apparently what he's decided, that at 72 years old, the grind was, particularly rough, and he just didn't feel like that he could continue in a long-term way, like 5 years. And it was kind of going coaching at 1 year at a time. So he and his wife, Terry, made that decision in Florida to retire. All right. Well, it's as much as I'm sad to see Coach Saban go, he'll still be around. He'll have an office at the stadium, and we'll see him around. But I'm sad. Well done. Well, I will call it and bring the podcast a close. Take care, my friends. See you next week.
What you do, you want to me, but I can't let it go so easily. Until I see what it could be eternity or just a week. But yeah, I can't stick. It's off the chain, it's perfect now, but will it change?